If they follow.
You're pretty sure there's a scout out there that's
just tracking us.
Keeping an eye on you.
Okay.
Okay.
Come and get me, bitch. Alright, I don't know. Who wants to roll the d20s? I'll do it. I guess 4 of them, you said?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I rolled the last bad one, so.
6. 14. 17 and a 20.
Alright, so we'll have those two occur together. Go ahead and roll me a d12 plus a d8 twice.
Not a good thing.
Remember, you'll need to move to the water encounters table.
Okay, so I got a 12. And I got a 11.
Right.
Not Cthulhu, please. No deep ones.
As you row across the lake, Bluto's doing most of the work.
I can do the work.
Okay. He lets you, and he smokes a pipe the whole time.
I'm fine with that.
Telling tales of wolves, ravens.
Shiver goes up my spine.
And then you hear, and across the mist on the lake, you can hear the creak of another boat headed your way.
Oh, balls.
There shouldn't be any more fishermen out this time of night. No one goes out this late but adventurers and the sharks.
Can you make some kind of illusion to try to, like, shield us?
Yeah.
Fog or something?
So,
well, I'm gonna have walk on water prepared.
I'm not very useful in this situation, so I'm just going to row.
Do you have something that could, like, destroy their boat?
I mean, we have fire bolts, which
I
I is not bad.
I have guided bolt too.
yeah,
You can hear the creak of a second boat, and then the creak of a third.
I'm going to pull the oars in because I don't want to make noise
Optimist.
anymore.
Okay.
And I'm going to shush you guys, basically. Just do this, like, try to get us low. Hopefully, creature might be able to shield us somehow.
So I will do a minor illusion of some fog and just.
You know what the material component is, right?
Real gas.
Do you remember the material component?
No.
The fog cloud?
No.
Make
Belch.
some room. Throw this down.
For the fog.
Those
fog
are the
cloud
crystal
spell,
clear blue waters of the lake. I shall quote from the Book of the Player's Handbook, 1979, Fog Cloud, verses 3 through 72.
I have bad feeling.
Yeah, I'm not so good on fighting on not ground.
It doesn't say it in there.
I'll cast
Remember
walk
the-
on water.
That's
The-
true. At the very
the-
least, I can try to hack their boat apart.
The verbal component of Fog Cloud was always you had to go, I can't remember in which description it is, but
But minor illusion, how big
you know
is
my
space?
kids watched last
I
night,
think
of
it's
course.
that big.
It's not that big. It's like a 5-foot cube.
Silence of
the Lambs.
Probably
It's not going to be worth
most of the
it.
boat. We probably get the front of the boat. That's probably it.
Could we make it look as if it's empty then?
Oh, you could try to just make the boat look empty.
Okay, I'll do that.
Alright, stick yourselves in that one.
I would go ahead and cast walk on water
In case we need to
on
run.
all 4 of us right now.
Okay.
So we could just run across the lake.
Yeah.
Just in case. My third level spells.
At least you have spells. I have like 2 more.
Coming out of the mist appear to be those mud berserkers.
Those things can really hurt.
We destroy the boat.
You could hear them just going. They're licking their weapons.
So,
What are these fog banks?
Yeah.
So Creature made it look like the boat was empty with minor illusion as best he could.
All right.
And I pulled the oars in so that we're kind of just drifting.
Roll me a charisma difficulty. Actually, I'll make a save. What's my self
Yeah,
save?
it's going to be
It's a minor illusion, so.
Yeah, it's going to be an intelligence check against my spell save DC, which is 14.
Okay. I got a couple 19s there.
All right.
They're not
Yes.
convinced.
So I'm going to cast Chromatic Orb, and I'm going to use fire, and I'm going to attempt to strike their boat with it.
Okay.
A second boat.
Probably.
There's 3.
Naval battle. Nice.
Okay, so I get a 24.
All right, there's a hit.
All right, and then the Chromatic Orb will do fire damage of 22.
You hit it, 2 guys pile out, the third one is trying to roll forwards, but there's a big hole in the hull and it begins to sink. And it sinks down to a certain level and stops. And the one who was still in the boat stands up and his fire's burning behind him. He's standing in about 2 feet of water up to his knees and it's just like...
It's only 2 feet deep.
And then from underneath him, he starts to rise up.
Oh, God.
He's standing
It's
on
not
something.
2 feet deep.
And you can see like a wave going, spreading out. Bluto's like, by the morning, lords, bated breath.
I would turn to Bluto. You cast Water Walk on him, too.
You see him like
Yeah.
trying to puff down as much of the tobacco as he can before he dies.
I would tell Bluto at this point, I would tell him just to run, that he could walk on the water.
I can't walk on the water.
You can.
Yes, you can. You can walk on water.
Trust the Morning Lord.
So this wave starts coming up, and these 2 boats actually get pushed that way, and this one tumbles off to the side, and the single dude standing right in the middle, and is just emerging up on this big round dome. And from right here, you see three looks like spear increasing with spear tips coming out of the water right here. So it just goes. You guys are gonna run which way? That's shore.
Run to shore.
Let's run to shore. Okay. And make me a strength athletics for each of you. I need at least a 12. Right off
I'm
the bat.
going to lag behind a little bit if I see that they are
Okay.
lagging behind. I'm not going to try to outrun them, even though I will almost certainly pass.
10.
Failed by 1.
I didn't do good, but a 15, which is bad for me.
Okay.
So I'm lagging behind at least to your level.
I rolled a 10.
I rolled a 5, and I got a 15.
Well, I rolled an 11, but, with a strength of 9.
I rolled a 1.
Creeper gets his. Oh, I was gonna say your foot gets caught in the old boards of the boat. It's twisted around some ropes.
I rolled an 11.
You finally shake it loose, but Bluto grabs your arm and is like, "You can't leave me here."
Come on!
I would yank him with us this weekend.
Yeah, I'm going to say...
But I get in the water and he's.
He'd hit the water and just be, it's gross. It's concrete.
Coming out of the water looks like this giant pile of mud. Just. Are those 3 ones?
Yeah, I'm getting my 1s out of the way before I have to roll again. Alright, sorry. Okay.
Alright, so these guys throw their spears. Just
AC 18.
16.
Alright, 2 on each of you. Plus 4, 16 misses. Hits you once for 4 points. Third one hits you again for 6 more. Second batch, Creeper, throwing spears 1, 2.
14.
Hits you once for 6. Third one misses. Over here,
16.
20 for 6 plus 6, take 12 total. Second one, 24, hits you for 4 or 5 more.
Mother.
And third one misses. And then there's this giant tidal wave. Like, you see this big sludgy mud thing come out of the water like some kind of dark brown wall goes like this, and it slaps the waves, and it goes. So it's trying to knock you guys prone. almost like a thunder wave. The DC is 14 for each of you on your athletics. I'll roll for Blutonomus. Bluto saves.
So what about athletics?
Athletics DC 14, or you'd be knocked
I
prone.
passed very easily.
No.
The priest is knocked down.
Natural 20.
Creeper, you hear him go.
Creature jumps out.
With my 20, can I attempt to keep him upright as he's like...
The priest?
Yeah, as he's falling over?
Give me a DC 18 athletics.
Oh.
It'll be tough because he's huge compared to you.
Nope.
Nope. And he just falls next to you.
As I'm falling, I'm going to cast Prayer of Healing on us.
Thank you.
That's a good final action for the character.
Hey, got to do what you got to do. 23.
23 heal?
Mm-hmm.
God damn these priests. I should ban them from the campaign. And you are pronated.
Brings me
Your
back
feet
to-
are killing you. And whatever this massive pseudo island thing they're standing on, it doesn't look this pretty, but it's just like a huge mound of mud, and it's got arms. And you're knocked down.
Are they kind of ropey arms, or is it more like kind of a shambling mound type of thing?
No, it looks like some type of mud giant.
Great.
All right, after initiatives. 12 for Asplar.
Do you add your proficiency bonus? No, just your
I do.
dex?
Only
Monsters.
bards add their proficiency.
And at my level DM, I get a bunch. 8.
So you
Creeper?
only add your dex.
Okay, so 15.
Joseph?
12.
All right, I'm going to let
So
Asplar
does this mud giant thing, does it look like an elemental or a fiend?
It looks like a giant made out of mud. Almost like an elemental, but it's definitely a living giant.
Would that be considered a fiend?
15 around there. Nope.
Okay.
There's your chromatic orb.
Yep, it's about the size of a marble.
Okay, Creeper, you're first. Asplar, Joseph, and me.
I'm just going to run north, or run towards the riverbank.
All right.
Well, yeah.
Okay. I am going to try to pick him up and hobble him with me.
Okay.
Best I can.
Yep.
Athletics.
And yeah.
Natural 20.
You run back and grab him. Pick him up by his feeble old priest arm. Help an old man up, wouldn't you please?
Try to get as far
The
towards sharks
rectory
as I
has made my knees more weak than usual.
Not that old.
Yeah, that's what you said when you were 20.
can. I'm going to basically keep him propped so that if it happens again,
Okay.
we can share the save somehow, and then I'm going to try to get as close to the shore as I
So
can.
you
after
hobble
that.
over a little bit.
Yeah.
Bluto tries to keep up with Creeper and does a very poor job. He's winded from all the smoke that he just tried to puff down. In fact, he's still trying to clear it from his lungs. Not as young as I used to be as his excuse. But then he looks at the priest and goes, well, at least I'm not that bad. Okay, so they're going to close in on you. These begin to row in. They're going to throw their second round of javelins at you three. Creeper, you're going to be out of the way. This guy, his boat is basically lodged upon this big sludgy pile.
So the ones that fell in the water, did they sink?
They are on fire and dead.
Okay.
I just want to avoid this giant.
But there's definitely something big in the water that is occasionally the arms come out and it's freaking huge, whatever it is. I'll just put that on there because that makes it good.
Great, so we can just freeze the lake.
And some hair.
Yeah. That would be awesome.
Well, you guys can't?
I have no power to do that.
You need to be a little higher
I mean, you
level.
need to be some kind of elemental druid could probably do it.
Yeah.
Okay, second round of javelins coming your way. Alright, so 2 on each of you now. And
I
that's
suppose the mud giant thing is the
plus 4
20
plus
and
2. Bluto is killed. And then it's not looking good.
Hey man, we're walking on water.
No.
Thank you for
You
doing
don't have to hold back.
Thank you for
What's
doing
your
the
armor class?
courtesy.
18.
Right, misses.
Thank you for doing me the courtesy of not
Hits you at
asking if
22
I've
for
died
5.
yet.
I don't want to make it worse.
And hits you for a second 5. They seem to be pretty goddamn good with their javelins. Alright, third on the paladin AC.
16.
AC 19 for 7.
They really like to hurt me.
AC 13 misses. The third one misses. And this leader guy is going to take the third throw on the paladin for, that's a plus, take 9 points
Okay.
from his extended spear. Your spear, of course, is crying out for blood and is talking to you saying, you must mold them or destroy them. And the giant thing is going to high is good for the players.
Is that a
Of
1?
course.
Is that a 1 or a 7?
That's a 1.
Oh, okay.
We're dead.
I shove you forward and I fight the giant because I know I can take it.
You have to get lower.
Yes, you must get lower.
Hey, creature, you're probably safe. You ran away.
It seems to have gotten a lot closer than you thought during the last few moments.
Have we had a chance to move?
I moved you a little bit after picking you up in my nat 20, but not like a real run. It was like 10 feet.
Right.
One target. Alright. Odd. Even. Oh, that's not so bad.
What, only 60?
Oh. Hey.
How much you got left?
28.
Oh, got one more than you. Yeah. I get hit twice too, but I got the heavy armor master. It's just -3 damage as long as it's not.
Plus 8, plus 5, AC 18. For 7 points of damage as a hand comes down, just narrowly clipping your leg. You need to make a DC 16 strength saving throw or be knocked prone.
Can I give him advantage because I'm?
You are tugging onto the old man's arm.
No.
Okay. He is knocked prone again and ripped from your arms as he's
Was it a
Afters.
Was it a magic spell or what?
No, it's
No,
just
it's a
the
big hand.
size of this immense
I think
mud,
it's your turn to go.
immense
though.
mud hand that comes out.
Yeah, where are we in the initiative order?
And you cast your spell to heal. That was
That was
when
the
you
last,
fell the last
that was
round.
when I fell
Right,
last
you're up
round.
now.
Can I actually see this thing?
It's mostly under the water, but standing on its head must be the de facto leader of the mud berserkers.
Well, I am going to cast on the mud thing, on the leader, and one additional. I'm going to cast Bane.
Okay.
So they have to make a charisma saving throw, and basically the target must roll a d4 and subtract that number rolled from the attack roll or saving throw.
Okay. All right. Afters.
I think it's you.
Creep.
Do I have-
Yeah, you know I creep. Yeah.
So I'm away from these guys a little bit, right?
You've gotten far enough away you could just leave them at this point.
Okay, but
You're not to the beach or anything.
okay, but am I within 100 feet of these guys?
Yes.
Then I'm gonna cast lightning bolt on that boat.
You're not quite sure. You're thinking, I wonder what happens when the priest dies and his concentration runs out.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's like curious too because we're standing on top of water, and lightning can, I'm not really sure. But Creeper is, he has curiosity. Okay.
I wonder what'll happen.
And so collateral damage is fine and often necessary for proper research and understanding.
Okay.
So I'm kind of curious what the effects will be. Okay.
All right.
So So each creature in this boat must make a dex saving throw.
All right, roll them for me.
Nice.
They're +2.
Okay. So they make a dex saving throw against my DC 14.
All right.
And it is a...
Go ahead and roll my dex saving throw for me. They're only +2.
Okay. 12. 29 points of damage. All right, and so there's 3 in the boat. First one saves. Second one does not. Third one saves. So one suffers 29, the other 2 suffer 14.
Okay.
And the boat.
And the boat.
And the
suffers
boat.
29.
The boat won't be quite as affected by the lightning, but it's not looking pretty either.
Probably
Okay.
loosens all the nails and the boards.
Aspelar.
All right. I'm going to use my cunning action, my thief action, as a movement to try to lift this priest up.
Okay.
I can't move him at all after I lift him up with that action. And then I'm going to look at you in the face and tell you to run. And I'm going to try to distract it because I'm much more likely to stay on my feet than you.
Okay.
So I can probably maybe
Right.
take a round and then get away
Right.
with my high athletics and my thief action. So then I'm going to run in front and I'm going to firebolt. Is the arm of this giant still out?
Yeah.
I'm going to firebolt the arm of the giant.
Okay.
Natural 20.
Hits.
I'm going to piss off
Barely.
Barely. Gee.
I don't know. I just wanted to say that.
So there's 9, 11, 17.
How much damage you do?
I did 29 on one, and then 14 on the other 2.
So I did
They all failed. They're in the same They're standing in water.
So I did 18 fire damage to the giant's arm.
Okay.
And I'm basically shouting at it that it's a son of a whore and it's obviously the weakest one here and it really is just a pathetic piece of shit.
All right. Roll your intimidate to
Okay.
get its attention.
It's not even fit to be a hell giant.
My intimidate's a 22.
Okay.
So I'm pretty good at cussing.
You attracted its attention. You have my attention.
All right.
Right.
You need
I
to
do
get
it first,
out of
actually.
its reach.
All right.
Because you'll never get there if you have to keep taking strength
And you're
tests.
prone, so you just got to stand up.
I stood him up with my thief action.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna start running towards Creeper.
All right. Sprinting across the water, 60 feet.
Come on, old man.
All right.
You can hear muttering from the berserkers.
Let's
as
see if I
you're-
survive their
as you're
javelins.
running away.
If I had the spell slot, I'd revivify the Bluto. I'm just.
Just as you're
I'm
running
just-
past, just resurrection.
You're back! Hey! But I don't have spell slot.
All right. So you did your run. There's only 2 javelins left, and it's on the leader. 20
Okay, that sucks.
and the 6. So here's your damage. Plus 4, 9, and 10. Take 19.
Wow. So -3 is still bad.
And on
Still bad.
16 or better, that's a harpoon. 13, no, it is not a harpoon.
Okay. That would be bad if they harpooned me.
And the creature is going to go.
Now, did you do. Who was attacking?
There's
Was
minus
it
Just the
D4.
leader.
Did
Those
you
other
do-
ones appear to be rowing towards him. They're probably out of
He
javelin.
rolled
Okay,
a nat.
did he
He rolled a nat 20.
Oh, he did roll in that 20. Because did you roll a charisma saving throw
For
to
the
see if.
Bane, I didn't. What was his check? Suppose I'll say he failed.
So it's a minus a
D4.
D4.
D4 on damage
Or
or
to hit.
attack.
Even if you got
Just
a
to-
20.
you got a nat
If he
20.
got a nat
okay,
20.
He had,
Normally it would have been a -3. Is it just for that round?
No,
No.
it's for.
like 10 minutes or something.
Yeah,
Bane's a good
it's-
spell.
Okay, and the creature itself was also under the effect of the Bane, right?
Yep.
It failed. So on any of its attack
It's minus
rolls,
D4.
it's minus D4. Okay. All right, here comes the big clubbing hand down on you. It's +8 and 19 minus
The duration.
I
is a-
could if it gets a 4.
2.
Oh, no, that's
Hits you for...
close.
Oh, max damage.
Okay. I'm probably unconscious.
12 and 5.
So are those two
17?
separate attacks?
No, that's one.
Okay, so 12 and 5 is 17, minus 3 is 14, and I have 13 hit points left, so that is... Whoop, he knocks me out. You guys are best to leave me. I'm not sure that's what Creature would do, but I'm not sure that's what you would do.
Creature, as much as Creature would love to see the paladin
Creeper.
die.
Did you do damage?
Oh yeah, I did 18 damage to
Did
him.
you heal?
No, it wasn't
the
the
spear?
spear. The spear. It wasn't the spear. I firebolted.
Okay, that's fine.
I didn't get close enough to.
Okay. All right, afters. Creeper.
So Aspelar is prone here?
Yes.
I'm unconscious. I'm at 0.
Okay, so...
The berserkers see you guys sprint across the water. One of the boats starts to roll over.
I'm going to cast a
towards-
minor illusion upon myself and make my look as much as possible like one of these mud berserkers.
Okay.
And I'm going to roar and beat my chest and run right past the priest and run towards Aspelar.
Okay, roll me a saving throw for them at 0.
You gotta roll good for them.
18.
Here comes another one.
But I don't care. I'm just going to keep going.
Okay.
Can you do your
And what are you going to do?
teleport, whatever that
Make your
is?
first stat save.
It's only 30 feet, though.
Fast.
Okay.
On the whoever. How far am I from the shore?
Last time I was.
These are rolling over to
I yell, sink the boats.
Okay, well I'm gonna
These roll over and begin hacking apart Bluto's body.
I'm gonna cast guided bolt on them.
Okay.
So basically a 13, or if I had Dex, it would be 14.
Okay, that's a hit.
And that from second level, so 5d6.
These are the ones that Dave already hit with the...
Yeah.
Or the creeper hit with lightning bolt.
Yeah, so they're down 29 then.
So 10, 13, 15, 19 more.
They
And I assume
29
technically it
more.
hits 1, because it really says a creature.
Okay.
Okay. That one is dead.
So the front one, but does it have any effect on the boat at all?
Roll a d20. 15 or better, I'll let it.
Collateral damage.
Nope. His body blocked the fall, the damage. Alright, afters. The leader probably sees the spear. 2. Does not see the spear and yells some orders to his colleagues in some language that sounds archaic. That sounds like, find a spear! And the wave begins moving over towards you. And your body just kind of rolls out of the way. And these guys are going to come over and chop you to tiny bits. And this guy sees you coming. And he pulls up his great axe and spins it around. And pulls out a dagger and throws it at you. Prepare to die. 20.
Dang! You rolled a lot of 20s tonight.
1 plus strength
I think he's got a
damage
weighted
of
die
4. Take 5. And 8, 7 more. So 12 total damage from his teensy winks little baby
Jeez,
dagger.
That's ridiculous.
Hits you in the neck.
How much total? I'm sorry.
12. No. What did I say? 12 on this. Yes, 12 total, I think.
Okay.
7 plus. Yep. All right, you're there at him. The boat with those guys is 10 feet away from him. 5 feet away from him. You're trying to grab him, I presume.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna look at the leader. I'm gonna look down at Aspelar. I'm gonna look at the boat, and I'm gonna say lightning boltius, and I'm going to.
All right, here it comes.
Okay.
His saving throw is an 11 plus dexterity. He's plus 2, so 13.
Do
14.
D4.
Oh,
D4.
minus a d4 for
And then-
his bane.
and-
Minus 3, he fails.
And then also the giant that he's standing on top of.
Giant is fails.
They're both in water. Okay, so they're gonna suffer. Oh, and I'm gonna use my sorcerer ability.
They're
I'm
empowered.
gonna
damage.
spend some. Yeah, I'm gonna spend some sorcerer points, and I'm going to empower this spell. When you roll damage for the spell, you can spend 1 sorcery point to re-roll the number of the damage dice up to your charisma modifier and use the new roll. So I'm going to spend a sorcery point and re-roll this one. Let's see. Sorry.
Charisma is what?
Charisma's 3, so I can
re-roll
re-roll
3
3 dice. So I'm going to re-roll these 3 dice.
All right.
Okay. Yahtzees. Those guys there.
There you go.
Okay, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 damage.
All right.
Oh wait, no, that's only 7 dice. So let's see, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I can roll one more. Yeah. Okay.
26.
26.
All right. What does damage susceptibility do?
Your damage resistance is half damage, so
Right.
susceptibility might be double.
You think it'd be double. I'll add an extra quarter because they're in the water. 8 more, 32. Good enough. All right, got it and got it. The beast roars. He's gonna keep coming. He's smoking, just grinning, and his eyeballs are. But he sees that you don't have the spear either, so then he starts looking around like a crazy man again. You have moved out of the way for a bit here, right?
Yeah, I'm kind of like... Well, I did the lightning bolt there, or guided bolt.
Am I up for another death save?
Yep. It's all a one.
Nope.
All right.
I don't stabilize either, but successes.
Still among the living.
And I will attempt, or whenever it's my...
Okay.
I will attempt another guided bolt on Big Man.
Alright, I think it's monsters' turns. He directs something to the giant, and its hand comes up and he stands on it, and he brings him right down in front of you to swing at you. He's going to be at disadvantage to hit you because he's on this frickin' floating hand right now.
Plus subtract d4.
And minus the d4. Alright, he's plus 8. 27 is going to hit either way.
Yeah.
At plus 5 or plus 4, take 12 points of damage from the axe.
You said he was rolling at
And
disadvantage.
there's his disadvantage roll.
Jeez.
Guess I'm rolling well.
Alright, so those 12 you said?
Yeah. I like this a lot better than my black dice. The other ones try and row in to chop you to bits, and you are distracting that other group. They start to row over to you, and
How far
they're
are they
not
from
going to get freaking.
These
10
guys are rowing?
Yeah, they're only like 10 feet around. Those guys here have all decided that they're going to await the leader's orders, so they have not closed in. And the creature did its thing. After's creeper.
So this guy's now like right in front of me like that?
Yep.
And so he's standing on the giant that's standing in the water.
Yep.
I'm going to cast my last lightning bolt.
Right at him, right in his face.
Right at his face and right at the giant behind him. So
All right.
Lightning bolt is flame on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
You gonna power this one?
Well, yes. Once I'll see if I roll any. Okay.
Not really sure if I need it.
Yeah, but I'm gonna go ahead and up this guy, and I'll chance it with 1. I'm gonna spend another sorcery point to do that.
There you go.
Okay, cool.
That was worth it.
So 10. 10.
Yes.
6. 31.
All right, you managed to fry the leader.
And the giant, completely disheartened now that his...
One sinks back into the mud. These guys panic and begin to turn tail and head out. And,
I run back towards Aspelar.
okay, Asplar, make 3rd save.
I fail that one, but I'm still alive.
Okay. You get to him.
I will touch Spare the Dying.
Okay.
Spare the dying.
And then I will cast Prayer of Healing again on everybody.
Fading into the darkness, and you're falling down, and you see, like, you know, that image of going 6 feet under, and you see your gravestone toppling forwards towards you, and it begins falling down the hole. And just before it hits you, you go, and he's sparing your life.
Roll. So 4, 5,
And his breath smells like cheap Barovian wine.
pretty much.
Wizards of Wine, Purple Grape Mash, number 3.
Number 4, so 13. I had a shitty roll. Okay, I'm back up to 13. So add 13.
Oh, for me also?
Yes.
I'm gonna lay on hands myself with what I have left after healing the girl, so I'm back up to 26.
Do you want to start a little campfire here on the lake and wait for the giant to come back, or head
No,
ashore? Or?
we're gonna. Are we gonna haul the fisherman up with us? We might as well.
It's laying on top of the water.
Should we do
He
death?
might still be alive.
Yeah, let's do death saves for him.
He saved. He saved. He failed. He got a 20.
Stabilized. So
Pluto's still alive.
so he gains how many points? 13.
All right. Pluto awakes to a startle.
It was just.
I gotta lay off the saw.
It was just a dream.
Yeah, it's just a dream.
I had this dream that I was laying dead upon the lake.
Yeah, that was
it wasn't frozen.
Yeah, so he sits up, sitting on the water. The water's gently undulating underneath his butt.
Alright. I'm pretty much spent. I have like nothing.
All right, let's get off this
I have
water.
1 smite left.
So you guys get off the water. You're at the river where it exits down to that bridge.
We want to go to
Del
the,
Repute.
so we want to go to the
Kresk.
west side of that,
Yep.
and then
Okay.
start making
Let's
our
see
way.
how the sides look. There's always one steep side and one shallow side, so the high is good for the players. You got a 17. Yeah, you're on the shallow, really boggy side. It's kind of slow going, mucky, a little bit of ice over the top of the mush. Your boot comes off every now and then.
Well, we had walk on water for an hour.
You break through the ice, but your feet don't get wet.
Okay.
Boot comes off. But you're sure glad you got that. And those little hand warmers, boy, they're coming in handy.
Can we make a perception roll to see if we see any scouts of the?
Yep, go ahead and make it for yours.
Oh yeah, use the raven too.
Yeah, he's been on the shore the whole time. Yeah, that's not great. 13.
Not on this side.
I roll a 18.
You don't see anything on this side.
All right, so I guess we're gonna traipse inward a little bit till we find like maybe a little bit raised spot of dry ground and.
Okay. And you move through, and you're going to take the roads, or are you going to go through the woods to the trail that leads you to Mount Baratok rather than taking the main road?
What time of day is it or evening is it?
It should be midnight plus D4 hours.
Where did you say?
It's 4 a.m.
Where did you say we were on the map?
You were here. You rode over to there to the far side. You've gone about this far to the bridge. You just need to know if you want to cross there to go that way, or if you want to take the main road where the Vistani may be lying in wait.
We don't want to take the main road,
No. The trail.
but in that woods west of the river, I think we ought to take a short rest. Since it's 4 a.m.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
At least till what goes as dawn comes.
Yeah.
To that like very dim gray glaucoma of a morning. Okay.
Roll me one single encounter check. You need a 17 or better for something good to happen.
6.
Damn.
Okay.
I don't think I could shave her.
You get a short rest in.
I'll serve a hearty breakfast of half of a uncooked fish for us all to partake in.
Okay.
I'll partake.
All the fish in this lake, you've noticed, look like those deep sea fish. They have these giant, horrible looking fangs. They continue to gasp long after they're dead. And then when you're not like looking, they look over at you. And then when you look back at them, they go.
All right, so short rest.
And then you're going to take the trail up to
Probably.
Lake Baratok.
Does a short rest grant us any hit points?
Mm-hmm.
I think just a hit die.
Yep.
So just roll like a d6.
Whatever your hit die is.
Yes, d6.
D6 for you, yeah. That's a D10 or a D8, but
Didn't it used to mean something when your Remember when the seam of the labeling matched up with the mouth of the drink? It meant something when we were kids?
I have no recollection.
Yeah, we used to have a rule about that. It was like green M&Ms. You give one of those to a chick, they'd slap you.
Do you remember the green M?
Yep.
Pop rocks.
We had this girl we used to talk
remember
about
that.
Pop Rocks because somebody did that thing, you know. Called her Pop Rocks for a long time.
Ugh.
I think she helped me stay late after a party one time and clean up. I shouldn't disrespect the gal. Alright, Dave. What's Creeper gonna do?
Creeper's gonna rest for a little bit and just lie, but have my eyes open completely and just stare at the priest the whole time for the whole 4 hours.
That's not enough. Every time you look at him, the friggin' bitch is looking at you.
I'm feeling a little uncomfortable here. Creeper.
Okay. I just sleep with my eyes open.
Pluto finally takes a toothpick and pokes out one of the fish's eyes and begins munching on the fish eyes in the brain. What am I supposed to do?
Well, we're going to Kresk. We could take you there.
But I make my living plying the waters of the lake.
Well, we can take you to Kresk, and then if you want to travel with us back to Vallaki, I'm sure we're going to have to do that eventually.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be the safest thing.
Likely.
Unless you want to go off by yourself, because that's where we're heading.
Oh, and these lands, I don't know if you've noticed, but hope is forsaken here.
We've noticed. We've had lots of chance encounters in these foul lands.
Alright, so you guys head across the trail to Baratok-ish area. I'll roll the encounters. That'd be a 20.
Oh.
And a 7. What could be creeping around the ruins of Lake Baratok? Somebody roll me a D16 and a D4.
D16?
No, I'll just roll a D4 and a D12. Sorry, a D8 and a D12.
That's a 6.
I don't like that noise.
Since you were here last, the werewolves have been at something.
Trying to piece together the remains of the guys that blew up in the carriage.
There's a corpse belonged to a Barovian man who was clearly torn to pieces by wolves, and the corpse is one of the people has gone missing from Vallaki recently, and they were probably here searching for stuff, remains. Otherwise, you continue the rest of the way to Kresk, right? So I need one more encounter roll. You can roll this one.
I loot the guy's pockets. Are there anything in there?
Yes, there is. Ha! There we go. Roll me a D percentile. 2 of them, actually.
Okay, so I've got a 31 and 99.
You have a teacup from a child's stain. You also find a vial of perfume, the scent of which only a certain creature can detect. You're starting to suspect that creature type might be freaking werewolves.
Oh.
Or wolves.
Yeah.
In general.
From perfume?
Werewolf perfume?
Well,
It's like Ode de Lupus Femme.
yeah.
So, like, to prove that you're a werewolf or something?
No, it might be used to attract them.
In fact, your two companions here are like,
That's good.
Why are you looking at me that way? Why are you looking?
they both close in really close.
Why are
to
you
sniff
licking
at
your
it.
lips?
What is that creeper?
Have a dog biscuit.
And then suddenly they back off.
What kind of meat is Demon Baby made out of? You don't need both arms, do you?
Pluto's like, I don't smell anything, but you two definitely smell it.
Well, should we keep this, or can we use this for a trap, or should we get rid of it because it might alert them to our presence?
Maybe Esmeralda will have idea of what these.
Okay, so I guess I'm gonna take the vial and I'm gonna put it in the carcass of one of the dead fish that we just ate, and then wrap it up in a cloth
You brought the dead fish with you, or you want to catch some?
Well,
new
no, the
ones
one
off
we
Lake
just
Bartok?
caught, and the one he just stuck the eyeball in.
Oh no, the corpse was way over here at Bartok Lake. You guys were on the river over by Lake Valaki when you first ate your fish.
Oh, I see. So we don't have any fish with us right now.
I don't know, do you have extras?
No, not necessarily. I thought we had that dead fish with us. Okay.
What do you want to do with the teacup from a child's tea set?
I'm gonna keep.
Stained with blood.
I'm gonna keep the teacup.
It's the right size for it.
You guys feel the need, like, to...
Dab
No,
ourselves.
no, we don't need to dab ourselves.
In fact, your back feels itchy, almost like you want to roll on the ground and scratch it out.
Rolling up against a tree a little.
I want to roll in this.
There's a fine smell.
I'm just gonna wrap it up and stick it in my belt pouch.
You want? I can hold it.
I can hold it for you too.
You have so much already.
All right, fine. I'll give it to the.
If I want to.
You instantly take the cork out, just like...
Let me sniff. Wait, let me. Oh, that's the stuff right there.
They continue to do this for the next couple of hours, walking.
Just
It's
snorting
distracting for
Give
them.
me hit.
Okay,
You're thinking this might be the key to Esmeralda's heart.
Okay,
She
so
been bit.
all right, fellas. Can I have the vial back?
No.
I'm gonna attempt to.
They just hold it up in the air. You jump around a little bit, try crawling up the leg. And...
Okay. I'm gonna try and use Mage Hand to snatch it out of Esmeralda's grasp.
Okay.
Great.
Good luck.
All right. So is it an opposed roll or what?
Sure, go ahead and make a athletics.
Athletics. That's not a good opposed roll for you. Hopefully your mage hand is really strong. Though I did only roll a 9, so it's only a 19 that you have to beat.
Okay. I roll a natural.
Look over there! Is that a fire hydrant?
And while he's looking, I stick it in my belt pouch and I'm just like, well done.
Alright, here's your inspiration back.
Okay.
Alright, they calm down and you guys get back to walking, but you notice that they've got like this orange stain around their face. It actually looks gold, as if they've been like almost huffing paint.
Okay. Alright, lacquerheads.
Piss.
Bluto's lost.
Werewolf piss is probably
Bluto
what
is
it is.
intensely lost in thought, puffing away at as you guys walk.
Okay.
You make it to Valaki, or
Kresk.
Kresk, and
I don't know about you, but I need some wine.
did you want to sleep overnight at the burgomaster's house before you head up to talk to the abbot? Or do you
I would
wanna
like
go right on?
to. Yes, I would like to sleep.
Yes,
Or
sleep.
anything.
So you guys take a full rest?
Yeah. Let's take a rest. Full night's rest.
I think you guys need spells. I need health. Need some spells.
I need health too.
Your dreams are haunted by the sounds of that pale young man whose soul you could have. Father! I'm hungry, Father!
Oh god.
Alright. So, next day, the burgomaster, still sobbing his eyes out every day, back out to the gravesite again. Now, it was here that next to the gravesite of his dead son was the disturbed grave of the Knight of the Silver Dragon.
Ooh, disturbed grave. Yeah, and the silver dragon.
And you guys recall that the Knights of the Silver Dragon failed in their attempt to overthrow Strahd and have had an everlasting hatred ever since. Yet you've heard no one speak of these Knights of the Silver Dragon, or where they might be located, or if they still even exist.
We heard about them in Kresk. Ghosts have a fortress somewhere. Heard they have a fortress somewhere. I have no idea where.
Maybe we want to find it.
They were enemies of Strahd.
Yes. Maybe we should the tombs give a.
Yeah, I'll investigate the tomb and see if there's any sign of.
There's some scratching in the wall that's very faint. You can try and read an investigation.
Investigation. That's a 19.
In service of Lord Argynvost.
What did we hear? Yeah, Silver Dragon Knighthood of Argynvolt. I put Argynvolt Holt.
Yeah, it's Argynvost.
Argynvost.
Argynvost Holt would indicate the hold or fortress of Argynvost. And next to it is the symbol of a silvery dragon kind of thing. Anyways, so you head up to the Abbey, St. Markovia. Esmeralda's not back yet. Probably to the bathroom. The Abbot is delighted. He's just like got an angelic glow. You hold it
Hey,
up.
I want to check what that payment was, too.
Oh.
We were running basically the whole time.
Oh yeah, it's full of IOUs from a guy by the name of...
Oh my god.
Strahd.
Let's see. His name... That's the name. What's in the name? The name Ernst Larnack.
That's the lackey. Yeah.
Fiona's money-grubbing spy. There's like 2 coins in there. You could try and split it amongst the 3 of you. And a bunch of IOUs
Lady Doctor.
that he had
Ernst
spent
Larnack.
on
Booze, women, gambling.
Orgy.
pigments of the color
Oh, that they were painting the symbols?
red.
Oh.
You are in possession of such pigments and were about to smear them all over the dress.
So they're very valuable, probably because they're made from baby's blood.
Or sacrifice little girls drowning.
They don't appear to be made out of baby's blood, but they're that red pigment, red dye, red coloring.
Red dye number 5.
Red dye number 40. I was thinking it was red dye number 13. What was the one that killed everybody that used to be in M&M's?
7.
7? Yeah. Can't get that stuff anymore. It's good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's the best cancer you could
Good
find.
old red dye number 7.
Red dye number 40 just doesn't hold a candle. Plus, think of all the little crustaceans they have to squeeze just to get all the red dye out of them.
Okay.
Okay, see, he's delighted. You hold up the dress, and it looks like, big red bloody stain in the middle of it. It's kind of crumpled.
It's for flavor. Strahd loves red.
Now we're going to have to let it out in the bust a little bit.
We thought the blood would enhance the attraction.
Okay. I'll have to tailor it a little bit. Maybe Lady Kresk can tailor it or something.
So where is Esmeralda?
Oh, Esmeralda went to Argynvost.
Do you know where Argynvost is?
Yeah,
Do you mind telling us?
I can draw it out on this map I have in the wall over here for you.
That would be very considerate.
We're here. Don't go to Yesterhill. Very dangerous.
Yes, we've heard.
Argynvost.
Okay, so not that far.
And what sort of mission or task is she?
I think she went to look for some more silver.
Do you know anything about Argynvost?
Oh, it was the hold of Argynvost.
Who are the Knights of the Silver Dragon? What?
Really, I've only heard rumors in the 100 or so years that I've been alive in this valley. There was a dragon who called himself Argynvost who'd come to the valley in the disguise of a nobleman named Lord Argynvost. It didn't lair in the valley because of its idyllic beauty. He traveled to a temple to destroy some evil power and to keep watch on this temple, but that's where he built this thing on the hill. And evidently he formed some type of group that was opposed to Lord Tsarevich, and this group has been haunting the Argynvost Holt ever since.
Is the temple he traveled to perhaps the temple of...
Oh, it could be any temple. There's so many.
What about the Amber Temple? Would that be where a great evil lives?
Could be, yeah. I don't leave the walls of this town, so I'm here second.
Do you know of anybody who's been to Argynvost?
Oh yeah, Esmeralda. Should be back any day now.
Anyone else in the town?
No, nobody'd be silly enough to go up to that haunted place.
It's haunted.
Which place?
Argynvost Holt.
Oh yeah, the Silver Dragon.
The early victories of the Order didn't win the war. Even with Argynvost on their side, the knights were ultimately overwhelmed.
Was it Strahd that defeated them?
There was a some scrap of paper that I saw once that said, I was looking at the dead men. Before another hour passed, I'd send them wailing on their way to rotting hell. All of them.
Was in my email.
I think that was a reference to them.
So Strahd probably. That's what.
The spirit of Vladimir Horngard, the greatest of the dragon's knights, Horngard had returned as some type of revenant spirit and has always swore to avenge the destruction of the order, but has never attempted since.
Was there literally a silver dragon?
That's how the story goes.
And who slayed the dragon?
I don't know the rest of the story.
Very mysterious.
All right. So, what did he promise for you guys?
Well,
Riches, treasure, more wealth than you can imagine.
I don't know. I can imagine quite a bit.
I think we owed him this and allegedly got rid of.
Oh yeah, that thing. Yep.
I think he also said he might know a little bit about what's going on with the souls. Might be willing to help us understand. I forgot the rest.
The souls?
Mm-hmm. The souls of Barovia. What is that? They seem not to function in a normal manner.
They seem to be trapped.
There's more bodies than souls.
Where do the souls go?
Nowhere. They could never leave.
Do they just recycle?
Uh-huh.
Why are there more bodies than souls?
The souls must be going somewhere. Being taken. Disappearing.
Something's somebody.
Cloven plays that song again for his little baby head. The devil dwells in his dark house. Upon the misty pillar, first he'll taste her sweet, sweet blood.
Oh,
and then he'll have to kill her.
Yeah.
Pleasant tune. So pleasant. Always brings a smile to my face.
All right.
Is that Vasilka?
No, that's the...
Vasilka's the Dusk Elf's sister, lady, friend.
Oh, what's the name of this patchwork monster? What was
Cloven.
Cloven.
Cloven is the mongrel guy, the Bellevuian.
But I made friends with this guy before.
Yep.
I don't know if he's on my list.
He seems to like tormenting the rest of the insane, the rest of the people at Bellevue. So he doesn't always feed them. He wants to starve them, but the abbot continues to remind him to feed the rest of them.
Might be into the...
Oh, here you've got Vasilka as the patchwork monk. I don't know if this is
it?
Old
Vasilka is the patchwork monk. Clovis is the Bellevue made of two men, it says in the Abbey. And then there are two Bellevues, Otto and Sigsvard. Or Sigs...
Yep, Otto and Siegfried.
Clovis
Siegfried is the girl, obviously, the lower of the
They're all
two.
patchwork monsters, but Vasilka is the bride.
I see.
Yeah, Vasilka is the bride.
But I met this guy and made friends with him. Anyways.
Yes, Vasilka obeys his every command. She can't speak, but she must have.
Anyways, I'll talk to the monster with the two heads.
All right. Are you going to stain this thing red once and for all and put this dress on her?
Well, we kind of want... What's her name back here, right? Esmeralda?
Esmeralda?
Before we...
I don't really want Strahd to come. That's my point of view. I'm not...
The abbot's like, I have no skills in using dyes and pigments to color wedding dresses. Not my area of expertise.
Did he heal you too of your... Oh yeah, you coughed up your fur ball. Your teeth ball. Okay. Well, has our debt been paid? Has the debt been paid for these two?
Yes.
Then I think in good conscience.
I think we need that.
There was something in our fate about a tomb too. Ghosts.
Yeah.
Something. You see, it got changed.
Yeah, there was the one that.
Crypt of the Wizard. Something.
Yeah.
Wizard or Six of Stars. Crypt of the Wizard Ordinaire. What did I write down? Ordinaire. Can't read
Crypt
that.
of the Wizard Ordinaire.
Ordinaire.
Yeah, it was changed. The Weapon of Vengeance, sort of like
That might be the, or it could be the crypt. I mean, I don't know if it's this castle.
Unless it was what remains of the
or
tower.
Could be the Mad Dog's crypt. This place. I wonder if any of the people in the order have the nickname of the Mad Dog. We should ask around for that. Can I ask around the town and just see if anybody knows anything about the order, and ask if anybody knows anyone called the Mad Dog?
You don't get anything about the... Whoa. I take that back.
bones.
Growlmore Nimbleknob's Wizard Ordinaire.
Nimble knob.
Sounds like right up Creeper's alley.
Is that a gnome wizard?
The Wizard Ordinaire. But the General Kroval Mad Dog Grizzlick, Master of the Hunt, the leader of the Hounds and Men. Legend of the past as well. But what was in your card draw was about... Well, it was about Kroval Mad Dog Grizzlick.
Find the Mad Dog's crypt, a treasure lies within the bones.
Oh, yeah. Would be buried in Castle Ravenloft.
Everything is in Castle Ravenloft.
Well, we do have.
You drew the
invitation.
cards.
Well, we have the Lonely Mill.
We have an invitation.
You do have the invitation. You still can go to the old bone grinder and try and
do need to go to the old
find
bone grinder.
whatever thing
And then
is
the
there.
Don't we need to check the...
The Crypt of the Wizard Ordinaire we need to find too, because that might
Yeah.
not be in Inglstrad.
Yeah, that is
But if
the
the Mad Dog's crypt is there, and
Crypt of the Mad Dog as well as the Crypt
Strahd's
of the
father.
Wizard Ordinaire were both listed in your card draws as being some very important things.
yeah,
And then also the mate for the
mate is in
werewolf
Castle
is
Strahd.
held
The
captive in
father's
Castle
tomb, we assume that's Strahd's father.
Strahd. I would assume that's
in
there.
in Castle Ravenloft probably, or outside Castle Ravenloft. And if the Mad Dog's crypt is in Castle Ravenloft, that's 3 out of our 5 things in Castle Ravenloft. It means Castle Ravenloft is going to be a tough time.
It means.
The easiest thing is just to go back to Bone Grinder and submit your bones to the grind.
Yep.
Maybe we can kill those hags now. I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
TPK.
A lot
We-
of points.
Yeah, I mean,
Total
I
hag
just
kill.
bounced off of them last time, but we were like level 2. 3.
Yeah.
You're level 3.
3?
But maybe you can zip up there with your
Misty Step.
Misty Step.
Yeah.
All right, I'm open any Tuesday but the 22nd.
Yeah, that might be the only one I could do probably, but I just don't worry about me. If I can do it, I'll do it, and if not, it's just my rehearsals are going to be very flexible.
I think I'm good at every Tuesday, but
Like
next
I'm
Tuesday.
definitely practicing next Tuesday.
So that
I
one
am-
concert is Sunday night, the 20th. Is that right?
Yeah,
That's the
so I'm
Podfest.
definitely rehearsing.
I have practiced Monday and Wednesday nights for Vaughn. Otherwise, Tuesday the 22nd is the beginning of Thanksgiving break, right? Or is in that week?
Yeah.
That might be our next
I'm fine.
best hope. We could play the 15th. I can do the 15th or the 22nd.
I could do the 22nd.
Dave, you said you can do anything but the 22nd?
Yes.
Lame.
Yeah, I know.
Probably have to see at that point if Ed can do it to get minimum players.
Yeah, let's see.
Ed or,
And then the week after is the 29th. What about that?
That's open.
I could do the 29th.
I could do.
It might actually work the best.
Yeah, probably.
Check with Ed, make sure he's available the 29th, and we'll plan that. Otherwise, we'll have to do one of the next, the 15th or the 22nd.
Okay.
All right, 29th.
29th it is. We got a lot done tonight.
Yeah.
We survived somehow.
Yeah, I don't
Barely.
know how you guys kept me alive. I just assumed you were going to get knocked out, that spell was going to go off, and I was just going to sink to the bottom of that lake.
Yep. I think it helped that we decided to concentrate on leap.
Yeah. You guys can also put out a surprising amount of damage when you actually start casting
Yeah.
death spells.
I mean, I have a few that are pretty.
I can only kill one thing at a time. You had that AoE that just like obliterated several things every time little things get around us.
Not that they would have been tough, but it was nice to be able to.
The Vine Blights were hurting me. I mean, 3 hits put me down.
Well,
16.
I was rolling exceptionally well tonight.
You were rolling unbelievably.
Somebody was going to die if that kept up.
It was gonna be me.
All right, I sent out an email to
End session.